114 for 10 bricks.
I could really kill someone if I wanted to. Hey, yo, but we won't. We won't. Hey, we won't. Okay, all right. But we could.
That's crazy, bro.
We on location. I remember way back. You ain't have no swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Now you got a new walk. Now you got new swag. You did a little research. Now you got a moon bag. Well, let me show you what the moon bag's like. You take them gains when it gets that high. I mean, the market may dip for a little bit.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the juicy part of the steak, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Lumi Wealth, using algorithms to make investing easier and more profitable. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special guest today, Prince of Hemp, DJ Jones Bey. We had him on the show today. I wanted to speak with you regarding your trust fund NFT project and all these other companies you got going on. I've been speaking with Bey on Instagram, and then what about maybe like a few months now? 4 or 5, 6 months?
Actually, it's possibly, it's at least like 6 months. We've been communicating at least 6 months for sure.
So I wanted to get him on the show today because he just has a wealth, extreme wealth of knowledge that I'm trying to even learn myself. And once I had a chance to check your Discord and your website, and I saw the value that you were providing, I had to have you come on the show because I want to get this out to more of our people. You know what I mean? They need this information. And the fact of you putting this into like a trust fund NFT project, I thought that was amazing. So welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Peace and love, everyone. For those of you who do not know me, I am DJ Bey, also known as the Prince of Hemp, trust fund baby, $1 trillion man. I have a plethora, the world's fastest brick breaker. I got a long list of things that I do. I pride myself on being like eclectic. If it makes sense, I'll entertain it. So even when it comes to trust law aspects of any form of financial literacy, when me and Eagle met, he had met me when I had took a break from my education platform so that I could become educated in NFTs, cryptocurrency, Web 3.0. Even I went and made sure I got my Python certifications and things like this. So I was
that's beautiful.
And what was going on. And I made sure I had established smart contracts. I even released a couple of cryptocurrencies just so I'm not someone who's talking about things like, you won't catch me making videos about AI like how some people do. And I don't understand anything about machine learning. It's because I'm going to get educated in these particular realms before I start talking about things. I don't speak on things that I don't know or that I haven't got educated in. So I do my best to make sure that I have done my due diligence so I can, bring the information back, disseminate it, break it down so that it can be understood in layman's terms for my people. Because talking to people about cryptography and time stamping and actually showing them that's not for everybody. So you have to be able to filter it and break it down. And just even when it comes to the trust fund baby model, understanding what a trust is, I've had multiple people come to me in the past and tell me, you have to be rich to have a trust. In your mind, yes. Physically, no, you can have $20 and establish a trust. So I want to, remove those narratives and make sure people really understand, because it's that 1 percentile where a lot of this financial education and, wealth, transgenerational wealth information is being held. I was fortunate enough to be invited into that 1 percentile, and my family has worked very hard. So I just want to, separate that gap and then start allowing our people to, close it for real. And that's really why I've established a trust fund baby model. And NFTs had a big boom. So I felt like that was a good angle in order to present it to people because they have so much interest in it. So as a utility, I'll put the education behind the NFT and encourage people to get educated.
Absolutely. That's what really drew me to it. I saw like the utility behind that NFT. I'm like, I've never seen anything done like this before. And the value that you're providing, it's something that people have no knowledge of whatsoever. So with this education that you're providing, if somebody just came in brand new, didn't know anything about, setting up a trust, would they be able to start from ground zero and proceed?
Oh, most definitely. Because I have ebooks. Because it's not just a me thing, and I make sure I say that it is a we thing. I wouldn't be where I am without everybody who has assisted me and assisted the brand in its growth. So we, as in, you know, the iTunes, the Trust Fund Baby brand, the masterminds, we have an online library full of ebooks that are super simplified, and we also have documentation, and we also offer anyone who comes into our system, you know, one-on-one education. So like, we get that everyone doesn't get it, but I feel like I'm such a good teacher. I make babies understand. Like, my karate students, most of them are children, they understand what trust in businesses are. I have a folder for all of my students, and I made them make at least a list of 3 business models that they want to start. And by the end of the year, most of them will have at least one up and running business. Wow. So if I can do that with babies, I can do that with adults.
Absolutely, man. When did you first get involved with crypto?
Ooh, okay. Because of the history of crypto, my original introduction was back in like 2009 when Bitcoin had dropped. But like, I've been trading stocks since the 2nd grade. I grew up in the Department of Defense school, so my introduction to actual trading was on a military base on Apple computers. So I've always had an understanding since crypto came about what it was and what it was they were trying to do. So when I started seeing the boom, I was invested in BitConnect. I had Bitcoin. I had Ethereum, Litecoin. Like, I'm not new here. So right. I've been playing around. Like, and anybody who know about BitConnect, I remember when BitConnect got closed down, and like right before they got closed down, I'm in Texas. And I'm on my phone trying to move money on my BitConnect, and they're telling me I can't even access my BitConnect because I'm in the state of Texas.
Wow.
Oh,
I remember that.
Yes.
You would have had to change your VPN to another location.
Yeah, but now they have it to where they're geo-locking you based on your IP address, and you can't adjust per your VPN because they know how to stop VPN switches. Woo! And I have a VPN hard drive. I can use it anywhere. But because, like, when we think about things like sports betting and how it's legal in certain states, we understand how these systems up, you know?
I noticed that.
Because I live in Florida. Sports betting's not legal here. I'm from Michigan, though. It's legal there. So when I fly home, I can bet. But when I come here, I literally may have to call one of my play sisters or one of my cousins and be like, yo, make these bets for me in Michigan.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's crazy. You got to navigate, right? You got to navigate life like that.
It's understanding the game and what's available to you. How bad do you want it?
Right.
I want it bad enough to where I'll pay somebody a couple $2 to do it for me if I can.
Absolutely, man. That's amazing. So what other projects you have going on? I heard we were talking about a cannabis project that you have going on right now. Could you explain a little bit more about that?
Okay, well, this weekend, actually this week right now while we're talking, is going on. It is Art Basel down here in Miami where I reside.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, I'm a South Florida resident. So for anybody who don't know,
not to cut you off, for the people who don't know, what is Art Basel?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to get into. Yeah. So for the first week of it's not even December yet, but so from this Monday to Sunday, they turn a particular section of Miami, mainly Wynwood and like the South Beach region, into a complete art district. There are artists, musicians. So for the NFT community, for Art Basel has been a long running thing. For the NFT community now, Art Basel is where you want to be. So literally from Monday to Sunday, it's my first time at Art Basel. I did a music video with Carl Thomas. Second time at Art Basel last year, I was on a yacht with DJ EFN, the Rock the Bills yacht, and then I went to a Griselda show, and I'm backstage with Drink Champs and them. So just to give you like what Art Basel be like, it be busting, yo, for a whole week down here. And it's the networking capabilities is really what is amazing. For
there
real.
It is.
Having access to come in contact, you never know who you come in contact with, because some of these people may be the artist who is creating the art. Some of these people may be the people who can afford to buy the art.
Right.
And this isn't cheap stuff. Like, I remember we were on a yacht. It was things that was selling for thousands of dollars, like high end, and it was small stuff too.
Yeah.
But just for somebody, my original major was art before I had changed it into biology and business and stuff. So I have a true love for art, and that's the reason why I was like so elated when I seen NFTs booming the way it did. And then for me to transition to Miami, when I moved to Miami, I didn't even know Art Basel exists. And then I'm like, oh, y'all do this here?
Right here? Yeah.
I'm like, right here, behind my house. It was dope, yo. So just think about if I have a digital or art-based business and I don't have to transition to this area in order to promote it at this particular time of the year, it's people who set up for months just for this 1 week right now. And imagine the type of money they make. It's people who become millionaires off this 1 week right now.
Yes.
So it's just, I necessarily didn't have that mindset because Art Basel, this is my third one. And I'm like, this year we have our Metaverse podcast and with some of my partners, and they're all down here. So we're just getting content, having a good time, showing off our artwork and things like that.
Right.
But all of that, we initially had set up for a cannabis awareness event for Art Basel. And then shout out to Hakeem Green with Madism. I have an interview with him and also the brother KRS-One, who are pro cannabis advocates and stuff like this. And I'm fortunate to deal with all of these musicians because of we have a federal research and development business for cannabis. So we have an 885 exemption. All of our members are removed from the criminal suspected class for the consumption of marijuana, warehousing, reselling, and manufacturing. But underneath, the laws is considered to be hemp cannabis sativa. So there was a situation when Brother Hakeem Green, the creator of Madism, all we do is spark Madism. Wake up in the morning with a yearning for herb. Y'all, like, that's a little bit before my time, but some of y'all know that. But shout out to High. And he had a situation. We actually have the interview on our mastermind website. And he talks about when he walked into court to go see one of the Wu-Tang producers while they were going through a court case up in New York. This is over 10 years ago. Cannabis was not legal there.
Right.
So he walked into the court and he walked through the metal detector, and I believe he had like one of the plastic containers in it. Whoop, 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 it went off. They pat him down. He had at least an eighth of blood on him. They arrest him on the spot in the New York court. Right. So just imagine how serious that is. You walked with cannabis into a New York court, and in New York, in this climate almost 10 years ago, where this stuff is not legal.
Right.
This man was able. He showed up. He was able to get released with a ticket. He showed up back to court with his 885 exemption for him being a member of the Game Face Growing Farms Network, and they dismissed all the charges without prejudice, and they could not bring it back up. And they were also able to give him back his property because it is federally approved.
There it is.
But yeah, that's the reason why we wanted to set up a cannabis awareness event. But it ended up turning into a big networking event for this Art Basel. And we're contracting with a whole bunch of other vendors. But our main goal is actually in order to share and show the healing properties of cannabis and not really promote the human consumption, because that's not, I consume, but that's not my goal. In all honesty, it kind of remind me of like Kanye when they said they want to give you a little bit. I'm like, that's what I feel about human consumption. I'm like, that's little money. I'm like in the industrial real, like building textiles, clothes, toilet paper towels.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, we're in a research and development company. We have the ability to deal in that. But so teaching people about these levels of awareness, building out this economic system for the hemp industry, the cannabis industry in this aspect, we're building the new industries that are going to actually replace these ones that are collapsing right now in today's economy. Because if you can just check the Dow, the S&P, it's companies hurting right now. And Nipsey Hussle said it best. And what was it? That's how I know. That's how I know. At the end, in the when he's actually talking through it's going to be companies collapsing and falling. And then it's going to be these new generations of businesses that are going to come up and remove them. It's talking about people like us.
Yeah.
We just have to build the model, and we have to properly educate our people. What they say, build it and they will come.
Yeah.
You build the model, you build it properly, they'll see the benefit and they'll just come to it.
Absolutely, man. I remember Nipsey Hussle, he was talking about cryptocurrencies in like 2016, 2017, way ahead of his time. Oh yeah.
It was his network.
Yeah.
Because we would see him in circles with other investors and people like Gary Vaynerchuk.
He did. Yes, he
Gary
did.
V and Nipsey, they had a good relationship. And if anybody know about Gary V when it comes to, he's a money guy.
Beast.
He came up off trading cards and wine, I believe.
Yep.
And look at where he is now. So being able to come in contact, and that's the reason why I love Art Basel, because you never know who you may come in contact with.
He's probably most definitely going to be there.
Oh yeah. He'd be there. You just never know. It'd be so much stuff going on.
Right.
But having access to those type of resources, that type of education, that type of experience, like I tell people all the time, and even when I speak to my elders, I'm like, yo, I'm calling you for the experience because I can't pay for that. I'm too young for it. So you've already experienced these things. Help me to not bump my head. Yeah.
Excellent, baby. Now, anything else you'd like to share, man? It's been an amazing time. I just wanted to get this information out to you, like a website where they can reach you, a place where they can get the trust fund NFT, and how they can get access to all this great education.
Okay, well, right now, our main website that we are running everything through is djbaymastermind.com, mastermind. And on that website, you can see access to every one of our offers, from the trust, the business development, the consultations, the estate planning, even funding. Our company can get funding up to $100 billion. And we are contracted. Well, one, we have equity in an offshore financial institution, which was strategically designed in order to assist my people. And we have access to a funding company in Orlando. So all of these things, including the podcast links, even the testimonials, the KRS-One video, the Hakeem One video, all can be found on djbaymastermind.com. And the NFT information is also available on there. And for anybody who do join, you have the ability to get a free NFT, because I understand we're in an onboarding phase right now. So I have to make it interesting and make it easy for people. And that's one of the main reasons why we did choose the Solana blockchain, because they have one of the simplest user interfaces for anybody who's not comfortable using cryptocurrency. MetaMask looks crazy to a new person.
Yeah.
But I can give you a simple app and I'll be like, I'll shoot you over your NFT. I just did that with one of the homies. He came on board. He was like, here go my wallet address. I told him what to do. Shot me. He was like, oh, thank you for my NFT right there in his phone. Super simple. So we have an onboarding process, an education process. And like in most cases, we give you your first NFT so you even know what it is you're getting into. And it was designed like that strategically. So because how else can I get you an interest if you've never even stepped into this door?
Right. Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate your time, and hopefully we can do this again. Anything else you'd like to say before we leave?
Bro, well, first off, I appreciate you for taking out the time and, inviting me onto the platform. I look forward to building with you again. I've actually been waiting to build with you for a while. And I'm looking forward to helping you drop your NFT project, because that is something that anything in Web 3.0, like I said, if it makes sense, we're into it. And because of our network, we have the ability to help so many people. So hopefully next time I come on, we'll be releasing your project.
Absolutely, man. Greatly appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
Peace and love.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We staying by the swift, keep it walking, respecting elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.
You don't have to be rich to be taking advantage of this. This was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II.
Blockchain. We talking about an intellectual choo-choo train. It's DLT up in the streets, man. That's why we rip all on that blockchain.